Hi everyone, this is Janine the Tutor, your favorite math and science coach. Let's get better grades in less time, shall we? In this video, I will show you how to determine the number of significant figures in a number. So, without further ado, let's begin. My students always ask, Janine, are significant figures just there to make my life miserable? Well, no actually. Significant figures indicate the amount of uncertainty there is in an answer. Then you might ask, why do we even have uncertainty in the first place? Because no measuring device will give you a perfect result, and that's why we always have uncertainty. How many significant figures are there in a number? Typically, I tell my students that all non-zeros are significant, and if you look at zeros, depending on which type of zero it is, it's not always going to be significant. So for non-zeros, we have 25, so there's two significant figures. And if you look at 3.14, there's three significant figures. Moving on to zeros, we have three types of zeros. We have leading zeros, trailing zeros, and sandwich zeros. So within leading zeros, they're always non-significant. Therefore, in 0.0025, you have two significant figures. Moving on to trailing zeros, for 100, you only have one significant figure because these two zeros will not count as sig figs or significant figures. Now, there's going to be an exception here because if you have 100.00, any zero that is after the decimal point, it will count as a significant figure. So if you look at 100.00, there's going to be 5 significant figures because all of this will count as significant figures. Moving on to sandwich zeros, they're always significant. So if you look at 1505, there's 4 significant figures. And if you look at 1.005, there's also 4 significant figures. Oh, and by the way, as my gift for you, you don't have to write this down because this will be available at the end of this video. So I would rather you listen and pay attention so you actually understand this. Moving on to significant figures involving operations. So for addition and subtraction, I tell my students that you always have to look at your givens. And if it's addition and subtraction, you always look at the least decimal place value. So if you look at 92.1 plus 0.568 plus 0.210 plus 8.324, if you add everything up, you should end up with 101.202 if you plug this into your calculator. However, because this is addition, the rule here is to look at the least decimal place value for your givens. So for instance, you know that this is 1 decimal place value, therefore your answer must be expressed as 101.2. Moving on to multiplication and division. So this is going to be a different rule because you actually look at the lowest number of sig figs. So if you multiply 375 times 11.457 divided by 5.3 times 10 to the negative 5, you should end up with an answer of 8.1 times 10 to the power of 7. And the reason for that is because 5.3 is your lowest number of significant figure because in this case, you have 2 sig figs for 5.3. For 375, there's 3 sig figs. And for 11.457, there's 5 sig figs. Therefore, the lowest number of significant figure is 2, and you need to express your answer in 2 significant figures. Now it's your turn. So all of the answers will be posted in the description box below, so make sure to check that out. If you like this video, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and give me a thumbs up. Once again, this is Janine the Tutor, helping you reach your learning goals faster. And I'll see you on my next class. Bye guys!